Hello and welcome back. MC1 Gamer here, bringing you a bit of a appreciation video. So you probably know by now that there's a Warhammer YouTubers End of the Year Awards thing going on. It's kind of silly, but it's nice. It's a way to reach out and tell people, hey, I appreciate all the effort that you make and all the content that you provide for the community. But one person has been omitted, or rather two people have been omitted, but specifically a channel has been omitted, and that is Warhammer Weekly and Vince and Tom. And I wanted to go and try to get a little bit of the community to kind of reach out and express this week during the holiday season, especially at this time of year, just how much we appreciate the things that they do. I mean, there's a lot of big channels out there, and there's a lot of people that contribute lots of consistent or even inconsistent various different types of content. There's plenty of blogs, vlogs, podcasts. There are people on forums. There's a lot of people do a lot of things on Facebook, but in our community, which is the Warhammer YouTubers community, one of the biggest channels that we have is one that kind of brings us all together, and that is Warhammer Weekly. It originally got started with Long Island Wargaming and the crew out in Long Island, New York, and they kind of gave up and called it quits. They were kind of waxing and waning anyway around the time when Eighth was going through the end times, and then they didn't have really an interest in Age of Sigmar, so they kind of gave it up. And Vince and Tom jumped in and said, "Hey, we're gonna take this over," and I think they've taken it to dramatically new heights. And the reason why I want to mention this also is because we have these kind of silly awards that are really kind of pats on each other's back, which is really nice. But Vince and Tom got nominations. I nominated them for a few things too, and I wasn't the only one, for a number of different categories. And they have pulled themselves out of that of the running, or at least in terms of Warhammer Weekly, they have. I think they would easily run through quite a few of the categories. Vince, clearly, in terms of painting, in terms of the hobby content, thought-provoking stuff, I think he would have gotten several awards here, and rightly so. But they've pulled themselves out of that just because they're hosting it, and I think I have a lot of respect for that, and I think it's something to be said about their character. But also, I don't want that to be overlooked, and I want to underscore the fact that this is a great show, and it's a really nice connection for all of us, for people through Ninth Age. They're big advocates of Ninth Age. I'm not a big Ninth Age fan, but I'm very happy and supportive for the people who are Ninth Age fans, and I like the fact that that there's an outlet and something that's not only keeping it alive but helping that small community thrive. But beyond that, it's a way to reach out to other types of communities that we don't always have access to. Some of the podcasting communities, groups rather, various different hobbyists. It's a way for us to extend the tethers to different channels, different content providers, different people that are interested in the same hobby as we are, and that's really important. And despite however big your channels get, however much you found yourself a niche, I think Warhammer Weekly is and Vince and Tom's efforts have become that kind of middle ground, that neutral ground, that UN of these various channels, and it really helps helps that with that connection. But the fact that the show itself and the two guys that are running it are not part of the vote, or at least part of they're not nominees, even though that they were mentioned. I think it's important for us to go and express to them, hey, we appreciate all the work that you do. So give them a shout out, whether it's a video of your own, whether it's just dropping them a line on their videos. But more importantly, there's two things that are going on. The first one is that there is an award video that I'll link down below that has a survey. Vote on the survey. Just give a little pat on the back for whoever. Doesn't have to be me, okay? I know if you're watching this, you're probably a follower of mine, but it doesn't have to be me. If you feel that somebody is more deserving of a category that I'm in, vote for them. But vote for somebody. Get involved and provide some feedback for people that you think deserve it, that are nominees. But throw in a little comment to them, because they deserve it, and I think it's appropriate. for one. And the second thing is don't forget that they're promoting a donation, a charity drive, which they're getting no proceeds for, but they're giving out their own, things of their own to as a random draw to anybody who's given anything, however small, including some donations they've gotten from other people to try and help that, and they've raised some pretty good money doing it. Give anything you can, whether it's $1 or whatever, just something. It goes for a good cause. It's for underprivileged kids, during the holiday times, whatever your holiday you celebrate. I know they're doing it under the banner of Christmas, but whatever holiday you celebrate during this festive time, we should also realize that there are plenty of people who are not able to partake as much because they're maybe not they may not be as lucky as the rest of us. In however much luck that is, but they may not be able to buy a present for their kids or get a present from their parents. And any little bit will help and will count. And I think it's a good cause. So to Vince and Tom specifically, among all the other people that I've already sent congratulations for, gave nods for nominations, and who I've cast my vote for, you guys are great. And I'm looking forward to getting together with you for some gaming at some events coming up. Helping organize some stuff that we've been talking about, but it's a treat and a privilege to be on your show, and for when you guys are on my show. And over the course of the last several years, you guys have always been willing and available, and been very generous, and you deserve all the accolades. Thanks very much. Have a great holiday if we don't talk.